Welcome back to the channel, my people. I do hope that from wherever you are watching this from, you are doing all right, and hopefully God has protected you and preserved you very well. Thank you to all of you that support me on here. Big shout out to my members as well. You guys do me amazing, and we have another interesting episode. We are back. Guys, we have a story here that I want, all of us to come and chime in, right? There's a palm-colored woman that has a biracial son, and the son decided to marry another biracial woman, so they had kids. And in honor and in love of these kids, the palm-colored mother decides to have a tattoo, right? Sounds cute. Yeah, in honor of the three kids, because they have kids, three kids. So in honor of these three kids and in love, she decides to have a tattoo. You guys, that would have sounded so cute until when we see what the tattoos are. 3-man keys. I'm talking about those ones that be flying and jumping around the trees, yeah? I don't know if you guys call them morning keys or man keys. I'm not gonna say it properly, but you guys understand. 3 of them on her hand. I'm talking about apes. And the mother of the kids asked her to cover it up every time she'll be around the kids and every time she'll be in her presence. And the mother-in-law refuses. She thinks it's okay. The crazy thing, even the father, the biracial son, has no problem with it. Oh my goodness, they were trying to gaslight the lady. TikTok came in with a lot of, people that are chiming in here. And I want us to also chime in. Do you think this lady that exposed this was overreacting? Was she being too sensitive and too emotional about this? I think we have to look at this first. And we know the magnitude of the problem that we are looking at, right? We'll come back and talk about it. Do me a favor, like the video, share it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I will be back.
When she first got that tattoo, I asked her to cover it up. And at first she told me no. And I said, cool. I just don't want to be around you. Didn't really say too much about it. The next day, she said, hey, I'll cover up around you. I'm so sorry. I was like, cool. I want to cover it up everywhere around me. Not just my home, everywhere. She said, cool. That's not what happened when she ended up moving back home. I would be in other areas of town and of gathering, and I was trying to be civil for the kids, for my husband, trying my best to just deal and not, but nobody was taking it seriously enough. I would go to another family member's house and she would have it out. I would go to a little bar where it's like a very small town, so every day there's like a routine for somebody in the family to go somewhere and have a couple drinks. Sometimes I would go up there so the kids could see grandparents and stuff for like an hour. The thing would be out, I'd be staring at it. One day I was just having a bad fucking day and we were at another family member's house and it was just out looking at me. I was already mad at my husband because I had to get 3 kids ready by myself for the day and be over there at a certain time. By the time I pulled up, everyone was asking me where I was at. Like, nobody else had to get 3 kids ready by themselves. Anyway. And I felt like I kept trying to avoid her at this place. And she kept following me places. And I felt like, man, you have this stupid tattoo just staring at me. Leave me alone. That's not what happened. And then I just felt like nobody was on my side at all. And I feel like nobody could understand, besides my family, how serious this tattoo is. Like, I felt like I was losing my mind, right? So then I finally crash out a little bit. And I'm like, hey, I'm not going to be around you anywhere, anytime, without you covering that thing up, right? And she was at first no, and I'm like, fine, don't expect me to want to be around you anywhere. Nobody else asked me to go around her with that thing uncovered. All I'm asking is that she cover up with a sleeve. I'm not asking that she cut her arm off. I'm not asking that she get another tattoo covering it. Just get a thin sleeve and cover the up everywhere around me. So my husband's grandparents' 60th anniversary party is coming up, and I'm getting asked if I'm going, and I'm saying no. I'm not going. And she's begging me to go. And I'm like, until you can tell me that you are going to cover up, I'm not going. I'm not saying nobody can't be around kids. I've never said you can't be around kids. I never called her a racist. Nothing like that. But the kids can go to the party. I'm not fucking going. She finally broke down, was like, I'll get the sleeve. I just want everyone together. Fine, whatever. We go. She covers it up. I shut up. I just mind my business, right? like 3 weeks past. This past like week was my husband's birthday. Okay, we go over there. Not like I popped up, not like I was uninvited to her home, right? And my plan was, I didn't know she was going to cover up in her own home, and I was not going to demand it, but I was going to drop off my kids and just leave if she was uncovered. I wasn't going to say nothing. And so I freaking bring one baby in, and she's uncovered, and I turn around to get the other baby, and I'd say to myself, if she's still uncovered by the time I walk back in here with this other baby, because we have twins, if I walk back in here with this other baby and she is not covered up, I am going to leave. So I turn back around, bring the other baby in. She's coming out of her room for putting the sleeve on. Great. I don't say anything. I go on about my business. Mind you, it's just mind-blowing that you wait until the last second for me to get there when you invited us over, and you know how I feel, but whatever. And I just fucking lost it, man. I just lost it. I had decided over something else, a little argument me and my husband had this week, that it was time. It was time. And I didn't feel like, I feel like I know there's women in that family, and I know that they all think my husband is a golden boy, and how could he ever do anything wrong to make anybody want to divorce him? I get it, they're his family, whatever. But I also knew that they're all over there like talking, because I know those women, right? And so I was just like, you need to tell them how you've been treating me. And so he included me, his grandmother, and his mother in a group chat. And he brought up a couple things that had happened over the years. And then he brought up, the tattoo and stuff. And that's all they wanted to address to me was how this tattoo, not the way that he treated me, the couple things that he had said. Yes. Sorry, I'm staying at my dad's tonight. I had to go back and rewatch and see where I was at. All they wanted to talk to me about and how I needed to like get over it and stuff. And I was just like, you know what? If y'all are so proud of this tattoo and y'all think nothing is wrong with it, post it. Post to the internet that you got a tattoo of your black grandchildren as apes. And the thing is, I am not so sensitive to where I don't understand that it is very common for like little babies at first, like, oh, that's like a little, like cute little, I get it. I'm not that sensitive. However, I've never addressed that because they are also very sensitive. And if I had said, hey, I don't want you to call him that, they would have called me sensitive. I was over exaggerating. She's just so woke, blah, blah, blah. And now they're mad that I never said that. Anyway, so I told her to post it. I was like, if you're so fuck out of it, post it. I gave her an hour after I said that. And so I posted it because I'm just like, I'm fired of the goddamn games, okay? Y'all making me feel crazy. I didn't feel like he was 10 toes behind me. It was just, he didn't like it either, but I did not feel like he was 10 toes behind me in my boundary, my very simple boundary of just covering the up and shutting the up and stop testing her about it. But I didn't feel like I had that. Felt like I just kept getting little pokes. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I did. It's crazy. I might go back and like delete a couple videos and redo them because I've been a little emotional this week, and for now I'm keeping everything up because it's just real. Like, it's just real. It's just what the fuck happening, and sometimes you just need to let people know. And it sucks. It's so messy. I am mildly embarrassed just because it's like sucks, but like nobody checked them the way they needed to be checked, and they kept dancing around it, and just I lost it. Okay. It is what it is at this point. It is what it is.
Tish Monster, since you can't say what you would want to say, let us handle it, right? Because your mother-in-law, the grandmother of your children, of your 3 children, your black children, biracial, whatever you want to call them, they're black, right? Grandma is racist as fuck. Your husband don't give a fuck about your feelings, right? Because if you had a legitimate issue with what she put on her arm to represent your kids, and he brushes it off like it's nothing, he does not care about you. To invalidate your wife's concerns shows that he has he gives zero fuck about you. And it shows that he'll cater to his mother's free than to care about his wife's feelings. Now, I'll say this, and this is why I say that she's racist, because you mentioned that you have told her on numerous occasions that when when you are around, your kids are around, she's to cover that up. And each time, on multiple occasions, she never covered it up. They even took it a step further and gaslit you to the point where they're making it sound like you're the issue for having a genuine concern of why they did what they did or why she did what she did. I'll take it a step further and be real with you. Your mother-in-law slick hates you. She slick hates her grandchildren because to have that out, people are going to question that. Like, yo, what does that represent? And she's going to say, those are my grandbabies. And they're going to kiki, ha, they're going to kiki and ha ha, right? About your doggone kids. I hope and pray to God that you divorce that man and you never have anything to do with that side of the family. Because if they'll put that on their arm to represent your kid, if you were to go take those kids to their house and leave them there by themselves, there's no telling what they would do to those kids. Be done, be over with, and just know that they don't like you. They don't like you. They slick hate you. And don't say overreacting either. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. Peace.
She was nice, babe. The amount of time that she was cool about it and that she gave them, oh my God. You would think that your mother-in-law getting a tattoo for her grandbaby, your baby, would be such an honor. So cute. Like, oh, my mother-in-law got a tattoo for my baby. Oh, she loves him. No, not this one. Oh, this is not the story. This is not like this. No. This grandma got 3 apes tattooed on her forearm for her 3 mixed grandbabies. She got 3 apes tattooed on her. And she had the nerve to tell the creator that it's not that bad, that she's sensitive. Creator told her, oh yeah, we'll post it. Post it. Let's see what the internet thinks. If it's not so bad, post it. How are you okay? What? It is crazy. Like, saying, because the amount of times that she was patient, that she was even willing to be around her as long as she covered that tattoo, dude. You know, the minute I saw that tattoo, you straight the fuck.
Friend, what do you mean that the mother-in-law has a tattoo of 3 baby apes on her arm that represent her 3 biracial grandkids? I literally can't even make sense of it. And then she doubles back and says, y'all, don't be mean to the person who tattooed her, because when she went in to get the tattoo, she didn't tell the man that it was of the grandkids. She said it was for her grandkids. That means it was done intentionally. She would never see them grandkids again. I would raise them only on the black side of the family. They would never know. Yeah. That's what's on my FYP anyway.
Okay, let me say this. The white grandmother who got 3 chimpanzees or monkeys tattooed on her arm to represent her 3 black grandchildren. She did it on purpose, and she did it because she's mad that her son, who's a mama's boy, married a black woman and not a white woman. See, the grandmother is white. Her husband was black. Her son is biracial. But her son married a black woman and not a white woman. Just because someone non-black marries a black person doesn't mean they like the community or black people. They just happen to like or the ding-a-ling they're getting from the black person that they're with. Period. She did it on purpose. She knew what she was going to do. She knew it was going to cause a discourse between her and the mother of those children. But it's not going to cause a discourse between her and her son. Hence why the girl is now leaving the son. Okay, bye.
When she first got that tattoo, I asked her to cover it up. And at first she told me no.
Okay, so this is the tattoo that she's talking about. This tattoo is on her mother-in-law's arm. Her mother-in-law is a white tea woman. And her children, as you can clearly tell, that woman is black. So her kids are biracial. Now, there is some speculation that her husband, the son of this woman, is biracial himself. You know, it's kind of hard to tell, but nonetheless, she's clearly black. Those kids are black. And this is how she chose to represent her 3 black children. Now, clearly this was done out of spite. And clearly this is a lot of just racial hatred overall. You get 3 keys tattooed on your arm. The cost, the time, all of it is very planned out. Now, apparently, that creator have been dealing with this type of hatred, these microaggressions, racial tension for 11 years. She's been married to her son for a while, and she's even pregnant with another child. And as you can clearly see in that video, she goes on to say how fed up she is with it all, which I do not blame her at all. She has been trying to be the best mom, the best, wife, the best daughter-in-law, and trying to just like avoid conflict as much as possible, but it gets to a point. Now, apparently, the husband in this situation, this woman's son, is passive aggressive. He's kind of like, I'm not trying to stir the pot. I'm not trying to push, too much on this side, push too much on the other side. Although it's like total shit show at this point. The house is on fire. What are you doing? He's, I don't know, just kind of waving in the middle, trying not to be too much of anything. But I mean, that's just not how you handle these type of situations. Me personally, I would have crashed out several times, literally 3 monkeys, 3 different crash outs. There would not have been any questions about that. But I'm curious to know, what would you do in this situation? You're in this weird family dynamic where your mother-in-law is clearly racist. It's weird. Let me know, what would you do? Comment below.
Do you know how racist you have to be to go out and intentionally get a tattoo of 3 baby apes to represent your 3 mixed grandchildren? This creator came on here telling her story on how her mother-in-law, her white mother-in-law, went out and got a tattoo of 3 baby apes to represent her kids. The creator's name is Tish. She goes by Tish Monster on TikTok. And she and her husband are both mixed, which just means the mother-in-law lay down with the black man and had a mixed baby of her own. So you had your own mixed kid and you just stayed ignorant. Tish also said that the mother-in-law called her babies previously. Before getting that tattoo done, she had already called these babies monkeys. That should have been the last time she saw those kids. Monkeys? Every time I open up this app, I just come across the craziest stories.
When she first got that tattoo, I asked her to cover it up. And at first she told me,
this is not how I expected the story to go. This is not how I expected the tattoo to look. This is not anything I thought it would be. And I think what amazes me the most is that this beautiful woman did not crash out sooner. What amazes me the most is that she didn't divorce her husband sooner. How did we get here? I mean, we've always been here, but why are we still here?
This tattoo is on a white lady's arm to represent her 3 mixed race, half black grandbabies. Yeah. But y'all, the worst part about this story is they're not even just like half black, half white mixed race babies, right? The mom is black. The dad is biracial too himself. So this lady now had a baby with a black man and still proceeded to get a tattoo of apes to represent her black grandchildren. Like, please be so fucking for real. To have so much ignorance and pretend like, oh, you just didn't know that it was that serious. You just had no idea. You had no clue. And you would never see my babies again. I don't care. And the mom is divorcing the dad because he has not supported her in this at all. Like, that's the reason why she came on here to tell her story time, because they was making her feel crazy. Like, she was just being dramatic, overreacting, this, then, the third. So she left him. Because how are you, as a biracial woman myself, this is why don't nobody like us now. Because how are you, as a black man, half black biracial man, how are you supporting this? I don't care if that's your mother. I don't care if that's your family. I don't care. How are you not speaking up for your wife? How are you not defending your children? As a half black man, how are you okay with just letting this slide and not correcting and reprimanding your mother at all? I don't care if she's your mom. Like I said, you would never see my kids again. There's no way, because you're trying to be funny, and at this point, I can't trust you around my children at all. Nope.
Not all, but I think it is safe to say that not every palm-colored person that comes out to say, oh, I can be racist because I have biracial kids, is really, really right. Because, I mean, we are seeing too many examples of this disgusting behavior, and there's nothing we can use to justify or even defend it. Like, seriously, think about it. Yeah? You go ahead and have 3 apes on your body in honor, in love of your 3 grandkids. These people are dangerous. Dangerous. And then even the son. That's why a lot of people come out to accuse some biracial kids of, thinking they are better. Because they have that fine skin, fair skin. And the son was okay with this, and they were trying to gaslight the woman, like the mother of the kids, for speaking up and calling out this. I think I've seen too much on the internet now. For people that think this lady is literally so sensitive, I want you guys to let me know if she was acting too sensitive and too emotional. I don't think she was being too emotional or too sensitive, honestly. Because, dude, that's her kids. Yeah, those are her children. And this is how the mother-in-law thinks. Think she's overreacting about this? I don't think so. What would you do? What would you do if the kids that came out of you? Yeah? Ah, wow. And you know what? Again, like I said, I've seen quite a lot. Now it's popping on like literally everywhere. There's a Nigerian lady that got married to a palm colored man and they moved to the UK. 2 months after moving, he started hitting her. And then he started talking about how his biracial kids are even better than her. And then he was calling her the man keys too. Yeah. He was like, how can we even defend this? The fact that you slept with, we say that a lot of these people, fetishize black people, and all they are looking for is biracial kids. And we see how they fetishize and think biracial kids are better. A lot of these people do not reproduce with us because they really, really love us. But they are in love with the idea of something that looks black and at the same time it looks white. But also they can use that against you because they're like, yeah, we even marry from you. You see, we need to be working with each other. So every time you are about to think of accusing them or even trying to hold them accountable, they'll be like, look, we are actually, we are not that. Look, I even have this. Like seriously, when you come to think about it. I don't even know what to say, like seriously, but that hate that you carry for the offsprings of your children too, like your child too. These are your grandkids, and this I can only imagine how you're gonna treat them like some of the people were saying in here. Yeah, so I think. And I'm not even going to say that it's only, palm colored people that fetishize black people. We have black people that fetishize palm colored people because they want to have mixed race babies. They want to have biracial babies because they think they are better. That is fetishization of, the highest order. That is fetishization and that is self-hate too because you think you're not good enough, so you must improve. Yeah, that level of self-hate. But then what comes out of this is people like them. And also this is the problem that people have been citing out. Most people that are literally brought up on their palm-colored side of the family, these people really think they are better. That's why this young man was also mistreating the lady. And the lady now, from what it looks like, she's going to divorce him. It's going to be a divorce. It's going to end in divorce. Hopefully this lady gets away from all this hate and knows that she's worth love and that her kids are beautiful. She knows that from what, I love the calmness, cause my goodness, anyway, I don't know what you guys think. I want you to put those thoughts in the comment section. Was she overreacting? Yeah. And, yeah, what verdict would you give to the grandmother? Cause the lady is evil. She doesn't deserve to live with humans. She evil. And I don't even know what happened between her and the black father. That needs to even be investigated. The black father of her son. Because otherwise... Anyway, put those thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in another amazing video. Until then, my name is Gracie, and bye.